Let's see if everybody's here today. It looks like everybody's here. Most everybody is here. Almost everybody. Maybe missing one person. Gladys, please tell Miss Wong I said thank you for letting you stay in the classroom today. And everybody else, let's go ahead and get started. So guys, last class I gave you some homework. Do you remember what it was? Your homework was to think about an older person that you can interview, right? I want to know if anybody thought of the older person that they are going to interview, if they decided who they will interview. Remember, your job is going to be to interview an older person about somebody who is important to them. Lucas, who do you think you will interview?
Daddy.
Daddy, okay. Zoe, how about you?
Mommy.
Your mom, okay. Alyssa, what about you? Alyssa, did you decide who you will interview? No? Okay, I want you to keep thinking about it, all right? You got to come up with somebody pretty soon. Cindy? Cindy,
Daddy.
who? Sorry?
Daddy.
Your daddy, okay. Anybody else want to tell us who you are going to interview? Okay, today, guys, we're going to read an informational text about interviewing. Interviewing means to ask another person some questions and listen to the answers. We're going to usually do this to get some information. I'm going to read to you about interviewing, and you're going to read to me. We're going to talk about it. We're going to write about it. And then we're going to also write some questions about some questions for our interview, like who we will interview and what we will ask them. Okay? All right. So to get started, I want to show you a page, and this page is not in your. Let's see if I can find it here. This page is not in your book. This page is in your book, but this page right here is not in your book, so it's right here on the screen is the only place you can see it. Last time we read about Susan B. Anthony, I think it was. Now, that was like a biography. This is going to be an informational text, okay? And to get through this informational text today, I'm going to read to you, and I want you to follow along. And after I finish reading, then I'm going to ask you to read to me. So please make sure you're listening and following along, okay? This informational text is talking about interviewing. What is an interview and what do we do during an interview and how we can have a good interview, okay? And I will talk about some of the vocabulary that I've highlighted here after I finish reading. As I read, I want you to think about what is the main idea and what are some of the details that help you to understand the main idea. We're going to write about that later. Probably I'll ask you to write about that at the break time. All right, here we go. A moment of truth. Asking questions can help you learn. This is called interviewing. So interviewing is asking questions to another person. First, you need to choose a person to interview. Now, I talked about this last time. I'm going to turn you guys' microphones off, okay, so that you can not talk right now, but you're going to be able to talk after we finish, okay? Mute everybody, and you're not going to be able to turn it on right now. You're going to have to wait until after I finish, okay? Because some microphones come on automatically. It's kind of annoying. Okay, here we go. Let's check it out. This is called interviewing. Yes, yes, yes. First, you need to choose a person to interview. So I asked you to do that last time, and I hope you have somebody that you can interview. If not, maybe you're thinking about it and you're almost going to choose somebody very soon. You can interview a classmate or a teacher. Okay, but for this assignment, for this project, I don't want you to interview a classmate because the job is to interview somebody who's older than you. And even if your classmate is only like 1 year older than you, that's not old enough. I want you to interview an adult. So your mom, your dad, another teacher, somebody in the community. That's the area where you live. Maybe a family friend, an aunt or an uncle, grandma, grandpa. Okay, you're going to interview them about who is somebody who is important to them. And we'll talk about some questions that you can ask later at the end of our class. Okay? Or you can interview someone in your community. Remember, your community is the area where you live, the part of town or the apartment building. Next, ask yourself, what do I know about the person? This can help you think of questions for the interview. So when you think about questions for the interview, you want to start with what you already know. If you already know some things, it will be easier to make new questions because you already know a little bit. And here's an example. Maybe the person was born in another country. You can learn more by asking the right questions. Where were you born? You can ask. Then you can ask what it was like to live there. Or you can ask why the person moved. Each question should help you learn new information. All right, that's what questions do, right? They give us new information. These are just some example questions, but these are not really the kinds of questions you're going to ask for this project because we have a topic. Our topic is somebody who was important to the person that we are talking to, that we are interviewing. Okay. Notice that I put some words in green here and some words in yellow. The yellow words, I wanted to talk about the meaning and the pronunciation. And the green words, I want you to notice those are time words. They can be used to tell you the order that we're going to do something when there are many steps to do. Okay? First, next, then. Those words tell about the time something is happening, right? We have interviewing, to interview, your community, and some example questions here. Okay, the next page. There is more to an interview than just asking questions. Oh, really? I wonder what else. What else is there to an interview? Listening is part of an interview too. Oh, that's right. Listening is a very important part of an interview. It doesn't matter if you ask questions. Maybe you even ask very good questions, but if you don't listen to the answers, there's no point, right? You guys know that. You're smart. Look at the person so that he or she knows that you are listening. Oh, wow, I love this one. This is a really good example of what you can do to have good listening. Look at the person. If you ask me a question and I start to give you the answer, but you are looking all over the place, but you're not looking at me, I will feel like you're not really listening. If you're looking at me when I'm talking to you, I will feel like you're listening. And then if you wait for me to finish and you think about my answer, what I told you, and you use that information to make another question, wow, then I will really know you are listening closely. The person will know that you are interested too. Sometimes we do many things to show the person that we're listening and that we're interested. For example, we can look at the person. We can make a question from the information that they give us. Sometimes people also make small sounds when they're listening to let the speaker know that they're still listening. Things like, uh-huh, oh, okay, ah, right? Those little sounds, they're not really words, but they show the listener that we're listening. When they say something kind of surprising, we might say, wow, that's a word, right? Maybe if they say something, we might go, to show them that we understand. All right, so the person will tell you more. You can learn many things from an interview. You just have to listen. So, interview has two important parts. Well, three, really, I guess. You could say, well, the first important part is finding a person to interview. Then you got to make your questions. And finally, you have to listen to the answers. Okay? And maybe for some interviews, there's another part which is recording your answer. What does that mean? That means putting your answer down somewhere so that you can listen to it or read it later. Maybe you do it with your phone or a computer and you make an audio recording that you can listen to again later with some kind of an audio recorder. That's one way. Another way is you can write down the answers. That takes a little bit more time, but that's an okay way too. For example, maybe I interview Lucas and I ask Lucas some questions. I have my notebook ready. When Lucas gives me the answer, I start to write down what he's saying to me. Maybe I'll have to ask him to wait and pause. Hello, stop, please wait. Okay, because I might need some time for writing. But that's an okay way to do it too. I want you guys to think about how you're going to do it. You can record your interview with a phone or an audio recorder so you can hear their voice, you can record their voice, or you can listen to them and write their answers down with a pencil on paper. Okay? But I do want you to record the answers in some way, because if you don't record them, it will be easy for you to forget them. And then later, when you want to write about what they told you, maybe you won't remember. So you're going to have to record it with the audio or record it by writing it down. Okay? Probably it's a good idea to write down your questions before you start your interview also. Then you won't forget your questions. But we're going to talk about those a little bit today. Okay? I'm going to turn the microphones on, and I'm going to go back to the top of this, and I'm going to ask some students to read. Okay? Please pay attention. When I ask you to read, turn on your microphone and read quickly so your classmates don't have to wait for you. That's not very fair. It's not very nice. So please don't make us wait a long time for you to turn on your microphone. Also, please listen for me to say stop. When I say stop, I want you to stop reading because we're going to give another person a chance to read, okay? Please only turn your microphone on when it's your turn to read, Andrea. Thank you. Okay, everybody, same thing. All right, my first reader is, let's see, how about Ryan? Ryan, start with the title and then go to the first sentence, please, Ryan. Thank you. A moment. Uh-oh. Sorry, Ryan. You don't seem like you're ready. I'm going to go to another person. Please make sure you're ready when I call your name. Gordon, please read.
Asking people questions can help you learn.
This
is called
interviewing. Gordon, thank you for stop. Thank you. Gordon, thank you for your nice reading. Everybody, can we say it together? Interviewing.
Interviewing.
All right, very nice. Ryan, can you read now, please? Maybe Ryan is having microphone troubles. Let's go to Ken. Ken, can you read for us first?
First, you need to choose a person to
interview.
You can interview a classmate or teacher, or you can interview someone in our community.
In your community.
In your
community. Thank you, Ken. Everybody, can we say it together? Community. Good. Your community is the area where you live. It could be your town, your city, a small area of your city. It could be the apartment building where you live. Dora, please read. Next. Dora. Next. Okay, Dora maybe has microphone trouble. Let's go to Eleanor. Eleanor, please read.
Ask yourself what you know about the person. This can help you think of questions. Maybe the person was born in another country. You can learn more about.
Stop. Thank you, Eleanor. Nice reading. Winnie, please read.
Hello. Learn more about the right question. Where were you born? You can ask.
Thank you. Stop. Ray, please. Then.
You can ask what it was like to live there, or you can ask why the person moved.
Thank you, Ray. Betty, please. Betty, each question.
If Questions should help you learn new information.
There is more.
There is more to an interview than just asking questions.
Thank you. Alyssa, please. Alyssa, are you there?
Right.
Okay, let's go to Chloe. Chloe, please read.
Listening is part of an interview too. You must listen to the person's answers.
Very nice. Gladys, please read.
You must listen to the person's answer. Look at the person so that he or she knows that you are learning.
Listening.
Listening.
Good. Thank you, Gladys. Yolanda? Uh-oh, Yolanda, I think your microphone has a problem. Sorry. Let's go to Rachel. Rachel, please read. The person will know.
The person.
Right here, sister. The person will know.
The person will know that you are
Interested.
interested too. So the person will tell you more.
Good.
You
Stop
can
there. Stop. Cindy?
you can learn many things from an interview. You just have to listen.
All right. Nice reading. Let's see. My last reader is, oh yeah, Andrea, please. Interviewing. Andrea?
Interviewing interviewing is a good way to learn. You can learn about other people. You can also learn something about yourself.
Wow. Nice reading, Andrea. So good. Okay. I'm going to close my sharing right now. Let me just check with you. Okay. Let's see, how's everybody doing? Okay, you all look like you're doing well. Wow, even all the cameras are on except for who's that? Except for Eleanor. Eleanor has her camera off, but everybody's camera is on. Zoe, you can move your hand away from the camera now. Thank you. Okay, guys, it's about 5 minutes and then I want to give you a break, but I have a job for you at the break time. So let's talk about what your job is. Now, we just read something that was about interviewing, and it gave me information. So I think that thing that we just read is an informational text. And I remember that an informational text gives me information, and it also has time words, usually like first, next, and then. Like we saw some of those inside that one. I want you to think about what we just read, and then I want you to write a page in your student interactive. What page, Mr. Suter, do you want us to write? Well, I want you to write this page. This page is page 240. 240. Turn to 240 now, and I'm going to ask somebody to read for me. Who can read page 240? Who can read that? How about Gladys? Gladys, can you read at the top where it says inform readers? Uh-oh. Gladys, are you there? Let's go to somebody else. How about Betty? Betty, inform readers? Uh-oh, I'll try one more person. Ken?
Inform readers some of the right to inform readers
About a topic.
when readers of
When reading informational text,
informational text look
look
for
for
main or
central
central ideas and supporting
evidence.
evidence or detail.
Ken, very nice reading. Thank you for reading, Ken. So here it says, read a moment of truth with a partner, but we don't need to do that because we just read it together. Then fill in the chart. I have some answers here, but we're going to talk about my answers in a minute. Okay, there says main idea, and then there's a spot for 2 details. I'm going to let you have a break, and I will also, let me do this right now. I will also put this, I will put this reading, a moment of truth, into the line groups. Your mom and dad can print it or show it to you at the break time if you need to print it or see it. Okay, but probably you shouldn't need to look at it again because we just read it and I talked about it too, so you know what it's about. Just a moment. But if you need to see it again, I will put it into the line group right now. Okay, it's in there. So I want you to think about a moment of truth, that thing that we just read. It was all about interviewing, and I want you to think about what was the main idea. Okay, the main idea, the biggest idea of this informational text. And I want you to write a couple details to support your main idea. Okay, when we come back from the break, I want to hear what you have written, and I'll share with you what I have written also. Okay, let me just take a moment to share one more thing. Okay, anybody have a question? Who is that? That is Dora. Dora, do you have a question? Dora. Dora, do you have a question? Okay, Dora, don't put your hand up on the computer with that little picture if you don't have a question. That's only for asking questions, okay? I see Ryan is feeling a little sick today, so I'm not going to call Ryan to answer any more questions. I know he's not feeling too well. Okay, guys, at the break time, I'm going to give you a break right now, and we're going to come back at 9:30. Is that correct? 9:30, okay? The second part of our class will be from 9:30 to 9:55. Make sure you finish writing this page when we go to break, okay? All right, guys, I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.